she's still a 10-5. She's still 10-5 for Elaine. And I'm looking at her through 10-5 for glasses. Hey trackies, welcome back to yet another video here on TXT Track Time. How wanna do? So trackies, smash that like button. Make that be the first thing you do. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you've yet to subscribe, when I wait fun, subscribe to the channel. Become a part of the TXT Chat Time family. Now, with that said, trackies, I'm sure y'all see the title, and I know y'all have come here with fire in your eyes, with rage. What track is, you don't know, we like to keep things spicy. And this has been the talk for a lot of persons I see in a lot of forums. And I just wanted to bring it to light, Tom and I, and we're going to see, or we're going to discuss it. So the topic is Elaine Thompson-Herah finished? Tom, what do you make of her seasons and the talk that, this is the comment of the end, I guess, of Elaine Thompson-Herah as it relates to on the track? What is your take?
Well, aside from the fact that it seems that Elaine has no luck when it comes to the world championships, I believe that definitely not. She's not finished. But I want to go ahead and take a look at her season. We saw Elaine open her season running 10.89, and this was back in back in April. Now, when you open your season, when a quality athlete like Elaine, 10.54 opens her season running 10.89, that is just a sign of more exciting things to come. So, of course, she had a couple races in between, and then by the time she got to Prefontaine, which was May, 3 months away from the championships, she was running 10.79. Now, we all know that Elaine switched coaches, camps, managers, and all of that in between. But by May, she was running 10.79. And by all indications, it appeared that Elaine was on track to producing something special by World Championships. However, in that same race at Prefontaine, we made some videos like directly after that. I said Elaine held her shoulder, and I'm hoping that everything is okay. Elaine didn't say anything, relating to that injury at the time. However, as her later races approached, she did say that she did pick up an injury when she raced in Prefontaine, and that was the only 10.7 we saw from Elaine this season. So things kind of went downhill from there for Elaine. At the Jamaica trials, she managed to pull out 1:10.8 to finish third, not barely, but in a sense, barely making it onto the Jamaican team. And
Yeah, because
from there,
Brianna was right behind her, so it is barely.
yes, so barely making it onto the Jamaica team in a sense. And then from there, she managed to hang on to third again at the World Championships, running 2:10.8s along the way and managing to hold on to third. And then, as you know, she did not place in the 200 meters. And that for me, I'm not sure what Elaine thinks, but just watching how she races, for me, her stronger event would be the 200 meters. So not seeing her medal. Okay, so she managed to hold on to third in the 100 meters. Even so, I was still expecting to see her medal in the 200 meters. I mean, there was nobody, there was no Boma, there was no Gabby Thomas. So we're talking about
and the times weren't that special. Other than what Sharika did,
I understand.
Everybody
Right.
else
was running their same time. So even so, you'd expect that. But remember that Elaine herself is a class above the rest.
Right.
So as Sharika aside, we would still expect that she could at least hold on to second place,
right,
given that anybody else that can run decent times they were just not in the race. They did not exist.
And then anybody else that was running decent times ran those decent times.
So, right, I'm going to pass it back to you. So the question becomes, did her performance this season have more to do with the injury that she picked up at Prefontaine, or did it have more to do with the switching of camps, managers? I'm not sure who's training her. Is it still her husband? What do you make of that? And what do you think needs to happen going forward into a yet another championships year?
All right, so we have a very popular saying out here. I think it's our saying. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the saying is "Wanna dead no call him duppy," and I feel like Jamaicans are so quick to just as soon as something is not going the way you believe it should be going, you're quick to be like, "Oh my God, it's over," and we're all creating this whole thing. When truthfully, I think we've become somewhat spoiled in that we've enjoyed watching Usain Bolt have a long career on the track, rarely picking up injuries, or when the injuries came, it didn't really affect his championship
He was still
performance.
able to fight through.
So, we were good with that because as long as we're picking up medals, we're good kind of thing. And the same thing with Shelly. Most of her injuries also didn't really come around. Yes, there was 2011 for both Usain and Shelly, right? But separate and apart from that, for most of the championship years, they were good and we could expect to see something from them. And we kind of got comfortable in to expect it from all our athletes and not understand that changes happen in terms of you can pick up an injury, just switching a coach, your coaching camp can throw things out of whack before you can get settled again. So for me, I think it's a combination of both things. One, that yes, that she changed camps, and two, I think the injury. And this is why I'm saying that, right? So we saw her open her season in the 400 meters, and Elaine Thompson-Herah is the type of person for me that doesn't really say what she's going to do until she does it, because she doesn't want anybody to, I got quote unquote pressure her into coming out and performing or doing something great. That's how I've always viewed her. So when she came up to me in that 400 meters in the outdoor season, when she opened her season running the 400 meters, and she said she was looking to run a personal best, for me, right then and there, that told me that she was working extra hard in background training. She wanted to come out and run that personal best in the 400 meters. It didn't happen. But then, shortly after that, we would have been, highlighted to that rotator cuff injury. That's what they called it. I'm not sure. And then that's another thing that to me, even though she picked up the injury, the type of injury in the back of my mind is you're lifting, right? And to me, again, that highlights working hard, right? Working really hard to be able to produce what you did the year before or go better. And things didn't really work out. A combination of one, switching camps, as I said, it takes time for you to acclimatize to the new setup, right? And of course, getting things right, because let's not forget, and I'm going to use Shelly in this situation. We saw Shelly last season being 2021, run her 10-6, and we saw that she was not able to replicate that. And what was that? She just what happened with her? She had literally just switched coaches, right? So it took a
He
while
ran
for
10-6 like 3 times that year, though.
no, but it wasn't as consistent as she needed it to be, right? So what we find is that when you're switching coaches, it's gonna take a while, regardless of however you wanna compare coaches in terms of quality. It is still gonna take a while to acclimatize to that training program, right? So if it happened to Shelly last season and she, what happened in the Olympics, we can call it, things weren't really timed properly for her. But come 2022, everything just melded together perfectly for her, and we saw her consistently coming out to the point where I have said I don't believe Shelly needs a soul in that 100-meter race to help her, and that's a fact. I don't believe she needs a soul, right? So in going back over to Elaine, right, it's going to take some time to acclimatize to this new training program, right? That's the year this 2022 happened. As you said, it's like she started when it comes to world championships, possibly, but guess what? They will be able to see the wrongs. Whatever happened wrong, they'll be able to go back and right those wrongs. And I even thought, her even continuing running, because a lot of people were asking, why doesn't she just stop running? Okay, we see that you're not 100%. I didn't agree with that. I'm like, keep running and figure out what's the problem. That's how you're going to know what to fix for the new season. We can't wait until 2023 to figure out how we're going to fix it, right? We have to keep trying things, right? To say, okay, we did this. Is it going to work? Or, work, but could try it that way, that kind of thing. So that's how I felt. But for sure, for me, especially for the beginning of the season, my thought process or how I felt about her was that she was working very hard, but things just didn't go to plan. That's just how I felt.
Okay, so I'm not sure how Elaine thinks about this because I know she likes time to heal properly. Just I'm thinking back to an interview that she did after the Olympics. She was saying that she's so happy that she got that year in between the COVID year 2020, not to
For
just rest
Achilles,
and
right?
heal because she was still, like not ready as far as like healing goes. But I'm thinking that maybe having the world championships back to back is a blessing in disguise for her. And I'm not sure where she is as far as like, fully healed yet is, but now she actually has a chance, the opportunity to get back onto the track and correct everything that went wrong for her in 2022. So are you going to wait until she opens her season to kind of determine where she is as far as her medal prospects go? Or you're thinking that
No,
she probably
class is
stands a
class.
good chance still
Class is class.
to double, as in win the 100 meters and win the 200 meters. So, she's going to have to take down two powerhouses in the names of Shelly and Fraser Price and Sherika Jackson. The
Class is class.
mountain
Just
that
like
she's
how I
going to have to
expect
climb
Just
to
like how I expect greatness from Shelly and Sherika when they step to the track, I am also expecting greatness from Elaine. Whether or not whoever is going to come out and be the number one at the end of the day, that's a story to be had in 2023 when we see what each of them are putting down on the track. But there's no way I'm just going to say, based on this 2022 season, that I'm not going to expect anything great. I'm always expecting great things from her. Even back when, quote unquote, she wasn't medaling, at the World Championship 2017, 2019, I was still expecting great things from her. I never, not once, expected anything great from her because I could see her caliber, whether or not it was working for her in the moment. I saw her caliber and it hasn't changed. And as a matter of fact, she's even better than she was back then. Granted, I always said that from back in 2017, I believed she could have been a 10-6 sprinter based on what I was seeing, but that didn't materialize. We saw it here in 2021. So I mean, come 2022, she's still a 10-5. She's still 10-5 for Elaine, and I'm looking at her through 10-5 for glasses. I'm not looking at her through any other spectacles. Are you looking at her as a 10-9? What was the last time she ran? 10-9.
I mean, well, she closed her season 11:30. However, her best time this
So are
year
we looking
was
at her and calling her an
10:79.
11-3 sprinter? No, we're not. We're still looking at her as 10-5 Elaine. So
And
from
on
10-5
the,
Elaine,
the
I expect great
on the
things.
on the 200-meter side of things, the best she produced for the season was the 21:97. Is that
At the
it?
world, what was that? The World Championships.
At
I
the
think
World
she did that in the
Championship.
semifinals.
That was in the semifinals,
Right.
and she
So
wasn't able to
yeah,
replicate in the finals.
right. So no, I for one, I'm definitely expecting great things from Elaine. Um, as long as she's still running, I'll always be expecting great things. Things don't necessarily work out because life doesn't always work to plan. Like because it's life.
And
Things are
there's just
always
one
gonna
more
throw
thing
us
I
off.
want to say, based on Elaine's training regimen. I know she's coming from MVP, but for her entire career, she hasn't been able to maintain back-to-back seasons. And so I'm wondering, do you think there's any particular reason why she has never been able to follow through with back-to-back seasons? She always needs that break in between to, come
I
again
don't.
and do better.
Okay. I think that's a different situation. I think one, yes, there was the injury with the Achilles, which she still has, but I also think there was something going on at the club that may have been affecting her mentally. I am not sure, right? But it's your workplace. Like we all know what it's like working in a workplace that it's just not fostering a positive, I guess, environment for you to work properly. So I think that's part of the reason as well. So I don't want to really say she hasn't been able to maintain, for multiple seasons. I just think that she just had a raw deal over and over again, and I guess people just expect you to suck it up and not and think that you're not human. I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna think she should suck it up, and I love the fact that she's in a good place. I see her smiling more. I've said that. She smiles a lot more. So she seems more happy. So even if nothing else, she's in a better place. So that for me is a lot. So let's see what happens going forward in terms of 2023 and 2024, because this is my thing with what you're saying. Let's say for instance she comes out and she does absolutely phenomenal next season, then Olympic year we're gonna see her flatline. No, I yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna speak that into being at all.
not at all. And uh, Olympics is her one. Like, sure.
For sure. So let's see what happens next season. But that's another story to be had. But for now, as I will just say that for sure, Elaine is not over. The Elaine Thompson-Herah era hasn't come to an end yet. So, and I'm dying to see, what she will unleash on us in the coming seasons.
Okay, trackies. What do you think of Elaine Thompson-Herah's performance this season? Is there more to come, or is she done? Over here at TXT Track Time, we believe this was just a minor setback for a major comeback. Tune in the comment section below and let us know what you think. T, do you
I'm
have anything
T.
else to say? No, that's
No,
it.
nothing.
Okay, so I'm Tam.
And I'm T.
We'll catch you in another one.